Hi, this is Trepacer, and welcome to Trepacer Saturday Horror Reviews, a new feature on my channel, and also on the Horoscope 101 channel, which I'm still um, putting videos, and this video will be on that channel as well, the Horoscope 101 channel. Okay, Saturday was my day on the Horoscope 101 channel, so I actually do carry that tradition over on my Trepacer channel. I think this is episode 4, I believe. Let me just double verify that. Episode 3, yeah. Episode 3 I did last week, which was Creature of the Black Lagoon. This week, I just got through watching The Hills Have Eyes. This is the remake of Part 2, on the unrated version. Okay, this came out in 2007. Of course, the original Hills Have Eyes, I saw that one by Wes Craven, and then there was sequels, which I didn't see. I think there were 2 sequels to it, but I didn't see those. I saw the remake, which was really good. It came out in 2006. That was good. I think that one was a worthy remake, and I think this one, I heard the second one that came out back in the 70s, I believe. Not too flattering things about that, but I haven't seen it, so I can't judge that. But this one, this is Hills Have Eyes Part 2, the unrated version. They said there are fates worse than death. That's what the tagline is on this. And this came out in 2007. Okay, and basically this story picks up, I think it's supposed to be 2 years after the events of the first one, and I think they give you a little explanation about how the people survived, and then the army went in there with search and rescue and stuff, and then you see in the beginning of the movie, you see the army, they're setting up like a base, and they had scientists there and stuff, and then all of a sudden, just like you figured, the creatures from the caves didn't just start descending and picking the people off. Okay, because they were scientists who were trying to set up camp and stuff, and they don't really. And they say they say in the prologue it's like a search and rescue thing, but it looks like more like they're setting up to explore or even eliminate, whatever that is. But of course, the creatures, the inbred creatures from the caves and stuff, they start picking the scientists off and stuff, and then you get to the main characters in the story. And actually, it was some pretty well-known names. I guess maybe back then they weren't, but now they are. You have Jeff Kober in there, who was a really good character actor, and you'll know Jeff Kober a lot. He's been in everything. I think the last thing I saw him in was Sons of Anarchy. No, not Sons of Anarchy. He's in Sons of Anarchy as the mayor. But but you have Lee Thompson Young, the late Lee Thompson Young, rest in peace. You have Daniela Alfonso. You have Eric Adelson. You have Jessica Stroup. Who else was in this? And I think those are the more familiar names. And I think Fletch is in this as well. But anyway, the main characters are like reservists. You see them training in the beginning of the movie, and at first it looks like it actually looks like a war scene. They're fighting, and then all of a sudden, they one of them getting ready to get blown up by a woman strapped with bombs and stuff, and then the sergeant comes out and said, basically reams the National Guards out for not following orders and doing it right. And then they get a call saying that they basically have to bring supplies to the base where the scientists and the rest of the army are. Okay, so they hike out in the truck and they go out there, and of course when they get there, there's nobody there. Okay, but they see a reflection up in the mountains, and so they decide to go, hike up there and see if they can lend assistance, because the camp is like in disarray, and they don't see anybody, and they leave one girl down there to try to get communication, because of the mountains you can't really do that, but they leave her down there, and they also leave this pacifist guy that's in. Don't ask me why a pacifist guy is in the National Guard, but he's there, and they, and the colonel, because he wants to use the bathroom, the sergeant decides to leave him there with, holding his rifle above his head, standing on one leg, guarding the latrine. Okay, and so they split off, and then those two are there, and then of course, slowly but surely, they, you see the mutants make their appearance, literally. actually, not the mutants at first. Let's just say somebody comes out of a toilet. Put it that way. But anyway, basically, and then of course, then we can start basically picking them off one at a time. And I had fun with this movie. I was looking at the rating on International Movie Database. Is that international? IMDb, and they gave it like a 5.1. No, this movie is way better than that. I mean, like I said, sure, the characters make the characters make dumb mistake, and they're stereotypical. You got the hot shot guy, you got the two hot girls, and another factor in this movie, especially the part where they say that there are worse fates than death, especially for the women. Okay, and there's an opening scene without spoiling it. They'll tell you exactly what that means about there are worse fates worse than death. That gives you a great explanation of what that fate is. And basically, like I said, they start getting picked off. But what I like about this movie, like, first of all, this is really gory, which is good. Lots of good kills and stuff, and nice and gory. You have people acting, the cliche way, that you have. But I like the one. There was one guy that basically said, "Screw this, I'm not sticking." Even though you would think in a movie where you're getting picked off, safety in numbers. But he said, "Screw this." He said, "Screw this. I'm taking my chance. I'll send you some help, but I'm going this way." He basically says, "Screw you guys. I'm going." He's because he's frightened and he's scared, and that's a human reaction. And he goes, "Fuck, I can get down by myself, and I'll send for help, but I'm getting down by myself." And he basically splits from the group. Okay, and of course, this being a movie, it doesn't end well for him. But like I said, I like the kills in this, but be forewarned for those, although if you're watching this, not be screenshot horror, but there's a very, without spoiling, a sensitive scene involving one of the female leads in this movie, which is, it's kind of, it took me by, it didn't take me by surprise, but it is really graphic. Well, not graphic, but it's intense, put it that way, just for those who maybe don't like certain things, I don't want to spoil it exactly, but like I said, the mutants in this movie are, like I said, you don't know where they're coming from and how many they are, and which kind of adds to the tension and stuff, because you don't know, where these people are fighting to try to get down off this mountain and survive, and they're getting picked off, and it's really good, like I said, good gore, nice and bloody, and I had a good time. 5.1. No, this movie is more than that. I mean, sure, it has cliches and you have, like I said, the hotshot guy, the pacifist. You have the brave girl, all that stuff, and the tough guy. But I liked it. It worked. Like I said, the characters. I cared about the characters and wanted them to survive. So exactly, if I didn't give a crap about the characters, then it's a horrible movie. And then, like I said, the mutants does have some impressive kills in this movie as well. So I'm gonna give The Hills Have Eyes, and like I said, I would have to say I like The Hills Have Eyes, the original, well, not the original, the remake that came out in 2006. I think that's a better movie than this one. Definitely, but this one is still entertaining, and I like this. So I would give this one a 7 out of 10. Okay, I would definitely give it Hills Have Eyes 2 a 7 out of 10. Like I said, this is the unrated version, but I give this a 7 out of 10. And the remake, which I think I reviewed on the Horoscope 101 channel, I think I did. I would give that at least I think that one was really, really intense. I would give that one an 8. I think that one I would give an 8. I don't know if I gave it an 8 back then, but looking back on it now and comparing to this one, I would give that an 8. I think that one is a whole another level more than this one. But this one I still found entertaining. So, okay, so I'm going to give The Hills Have Eyes 2, the remake, because this is a remake, because there's an original which I haven't seen yet. I mean, the original sequel, okay, which that was kind of confusing, but the original sequel, which I haven't seen, which I've heard people kind of pan that one, say it's not as good as the original. Okay, but I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10. I found it entertaining. I liked the characters, and I cared about what happened to them. Like I said, it was good, nice amount of gore in this, and blood and stuff. So I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. Anyway, let me know what you think. If you've seen The Hills Have Eyes 2, the unrated version, feel free to leave comments down below. This is Trepacer for the Horoscope 101 channel, and for Trepacer's Saturday Horror Reviews, episode 4, saying so long and take care.